Usually when I cry, I feel weak. I feel like a little bitch. I feel like, what the fuck is you doing? Because that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You don't be crying. But in this moment, I didn't feel weak. I didn't feel weak for crying and being vulnerable in this moment. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Ooh Edges. Let me fix it. We gotta cover up, y'all. It's rough. Did I look at myself? I'm not sure. Hold on, y'all. Okay. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Kyrie Rashid Show, and I'm so glad that y'all decided to come back for more. So what's up? What's up is that mic check, mic check, mic check. The audio's back in business. What else is up is that my hair, we don't even talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But I do need to cover up my edges. That's what I do need to do because they're not good. And I took out some braids on accident, but on purpose because I'm basically just trying to make it to my hair appointment. The girls that get it. And I just put a headband on or a hat and I call it a day. You know what I'm saying? I call it a day. That's really what it is. What else? One of our roommates are moving out currently right now, so that's cool or whatever. And what else is up? We're going to Kansas tomorrow for my first AAU trip since I was in AAU as a lad. And now I'm in it as a coach, okay? Love the kids, love the kids. What else is up? I went out last week, y'all. I've been going to support my kids in their basketball games. I'm going to the gym. I've been getting my games. I've been going to the library. I just been doing. I just been doing. You know what I'm saying? But we finna talk about me being more open. Me, basically to my therapist, I said, these kids keep testing my gangster. And she said, they're opening you up. So that's what we finna get into. So what happened is I have created this relationship with one of these kids. We're gonna keep it P. And it just happened really fast, really dramatic. And I'm mentor mentee vibes. Mentor mentee. Okay? Really fast, really quickly. And in this mentor mentee relationship, now I got a bunch of mentees. Like all my kids is, I would say mentees, but it's on a different level, right? Let's talk about Melissa, my godmom, right? And our origin story and how we got together and how she was mentor mentee, right? She met me in middle school. I was in her class. I wouldn't say too much in her class, but I would know what was going on and I was observing stuff. She felt a connection towards me. I don't know. She'd probably tell you better. Maybe one day we'll get on the pod and she gonna tell her side of the story. But we just got two different versions. I don't know if I told this. We got two different versions of our perspective and how we got close. My version basically says that, you know, she seen me and I didn't even have to tell her what was going on. I had a day in school where I came in and shit was happening at home. Let me just tell it. Okay. That morning, my mother's boyfriend was taking us to school with her, and he used to ride around in this Bronco truck. It was like tan or like beige and navy, and put these obnoxious speakers in them. It was like boom, boom, boom when the shit is, you know what I'm saying? And I was so distracted, and this was so out of my routine that I forgot my binder. Now, one of the things I can control as a child is my binder, my pens, my notebooks, and how I approach school. I did every day. This day, the man was provoking me. He was provoking me. We're just going to call it like it is. He was provoking me, and turn the music up. I was like, can you turn it down? He's like, no. He doesn't turn it down. So I rode in the car like this with my ears plugged. And he's like, oh, you trying that? Like, he just talking to me. And I was just so mad. I was so upset. And I was just like this on the whole ride. And then I get to school and I realize I don't have my things. So then that day in school, I went mute. Okay? I went mute. No words. And at first, people thought it might have been a game. They thought, oh, she's going to stop. But I didn't stop. I did not talk. I tell you, I got into that school. I didn't say one word. I didn't say one word the whole day. Okay. And everybody's like, and I never acted like this before. Now, I am reserved, quiet, whatever, but I was a popular gal. I had a bunch of friends. That's not how I acted at school. I would go to school and be like, hey, what's up, y'all? I would go and get my work done, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? But this day, I said, nah, I'm tweaked out. So, no. I'm tweaked out, but I'm so tweaked out to the point that if anybody engages with me, that I'll be like actually tweaked out. So to control my tweaked outness, I had to be quiet. I had to be quiet. Okay? Because what I was taught is that you're not supposed to be showing your cards and stuff. But I was just so tweaked out that I had to be tweaked out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel me? So I didn't say no words. Everybody's like, what's wrong, Kai? Why is she not talking? Asking my siblings. One of my, my mom's boyfriend's son, he was our stepbrother at the time. And he's like, I don't know. She just left her minder. And I was like, it's funny now because it's like, no, that's not why. Well, yes, that's why. That was like the catalyst. Is that the word? It was like the catalyst for it all. But like, no, there was just so many things going on. And you could never talk about what was going on at home. Right? So he's like, I don't know, she just lost her dumb binder. So then people start trying to give me their notebooks. They're like, you can use my pen, you can use my highlighters, girl. Like, it's okay, it's fine. And I just didn't respond and didn't say anything and didn't take anything. And it's like, I'm like, this is so innocent. But guess what, guys? Like, no. I'm not taking it, I'm not engaging. I didn't do any schoolwork either. I didn't respond in school. I didn't do any work. Cause I was like, well, what's the fuck is the point anyway? I don't got shit. And now I'm just gonna like that was my rebel day, if you will. Like I didn't do anything but be quiet and ball my fist up and try not to cry. So it got so out of hand that Melissa's like, where's your sister? And she brought me into her classroom. And then she's like, Kai, what's going on? What's going on? And I just was like this. It's funny now, but it wasn't fucking funny. Back in the day, not shit was funny that day. Not shit was funny. And there was nothing to say. And that's why I didn't talk. She's like, what's going on, honey? Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Blah, blah, blah. And I just didn't respond. But I did start crying. The tear just started crying. And I just still was like this crying. Then she tried. She tried her best, bless her heart. And then she said, all right, well, if you can't talk about it, just write it. You don't have to give it to me. You don't have to give it to me and tell me or whatever. And something clicked in me. And I said, all right, I'll write about it. And I went home and I wrote about it. And I came back, I don't know, next day, however many days, I can't remember that. And I just handed her the paper like this. And then walked away. And then later on found out that a lot of shit that I was going through, that she already had been through and was just getting through it as well. So that is what I remember. That's how I remember, like, we started to be twin locked in. She got a different version. She got a different perspective, which is, it's not wrong. It's just different perspective, right? So that's how me and Big Dog got together. And then she really started caring for me and taking me in. And my mom basically named her my godmom. And the rest was history. That was all she wrote. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to fast forward to me. And that's just a core memory for me. That's a core memory. It will forever be a memory. Like, that's my dog that went through. At the end of time, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And I was in middle school. And look at us now. I'm 25. You're 35. I'm 25. And now I'm in a place where I'm almost doing similar things. Granted, I'm 25. Melissa's older. My mentees are boys for the most part. I don't really got no close girls. Um, Older, so our age gap is a little bit closer. And I just, the kids, man, there's been so many instances with these kids that I'd be like, y'all finna make me cry. Y'all really testing my G. Y'all, I keep it P. You know what I'm saying? Y'all testing me. And in therapy, we're working on me being more emotional. So the kids have something that make me more emotional. The kids, especially the ones who are, let me say it like this, right? I told my therapist, I literally today, I said, I've never been able to control my emotions as well when it has to do with trauma. If it has to do with trauma, I'm fighting for my life to control my emotions versus everybody else. Or not even control, but like hide it or like regulate them. I'm fighting for my life if we're talking about trauma. And I've done so well and I've trained myself to be stoic majority of the time. But there's a combination right now of the trauma and the kids and it like almost being a mirror to me that I cannot even like, you know what I'm saying? It makes me want to cry. And it's like you see a version of yourself in each kid and you're trying to figure out how to tap into that and just give them something so that they can be more successful than you were at that time. So with my oldest little duckling, my oldest little duckling, my oldest donut, he's just trying to get out how he live. And we're so similar to the point where I told him like, bro, it's like a mirror. It's like you're my mirror. Whoa, my mirror staring back at me. Whoa. Uh, and we're just like two peas in a pod. We're two peas in a pod. We get up, we go work out. We're just showing life skills. Bro's about to be in college, and that's my ace. Love him down, love him down. But the surprising part is just how quickly things have happened, right? Because I coach fifth graders, fourth graders, seventh graders, and sixth graders for the most part. A few young ones in there, and then we got high schoolers sprouting in and out. And I don't know. You know what I mean when I say I cried, he cried, we cried, we crowed. We crew together. That's just dumb. But at a moment that I'm not trying to share too much, but basically when I say tested my gangster and opened me up, I cried in front of him. I cried. Just go ahead and round of applause. You know what I'm saying? For me. Pat on my back. Because once again, things were I'm talking about, getting out the mud, started from the bottom, now we're here. Trying to build yourself up, trying to give tools that you didn't have or you want somebody to give you, trying to show up in the way and in the manner that you would have wanted somebody to show up for you back in the day. And it became a passionate conversation, at least from my end, because I'm like, I'm trying to show you what I didn't have. I'm trying to be the person that I did not have for you so that you know what it's like, so that you can be better than me. I'm trying to show you what it looks like to put in the work and fulfill your dreams. Like you can't, like faith without works is dead, right? Faith without works is dead. I can believe all I want, but I come in the gym, I work out with you, you see me, I pick you up, I do this, I do that to show you that it's possible to work hard and then live out your dreams. I want stuff bad for you. I want all my kids to succeed. I want everybody to live out everything they want. But I'm trying to show you what it's like to put the work in. I know what it's like for nobody to believe in you. I know what it's like for nobody to really show up for you or say they're going to show up for you and then don't follow through, right? I know what it's like to, you know, be struggling to figure out where your next step is, what I'm going to do in college, or even right now. I talked to him about right now and, me wanting to play overseas. And look where I'm at. I'm not overseas. You know what I'm saying? It's like about to be a year of me not being overseas. And who knows what's to come with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping I go back, but who knows? And I just try to be honest about that. And in the midst of me, going in about that, I started to cry. I started to cry. Because I'm like, dude, like, you don't get it. Like, I see you. When I say I see you, I mean that. I mean that. I don't just say shit just to say shit. I say shit because I know. And if I don't know, I tell you I don't know. But when I'm telling you something, it's because the shit already happened to me. It already happened to me. I already went through it. I already had to figure out and navigate this shit. And a lot of the stuff I had to navigate it on my own. And I'm trying to show you so you don't have to do it alone. So that you can have a better path than I had. So I cried. And I'm like, wow, you got me there. And a revelation that I had was that usually when I cry, I feel weak. I feel like a little bitch. I feel like, what the fuck are you doing? Because that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You don't be crying. But in this moment, I didn't feel weak. I didn't feel weak for crying and being vulnerable in this moment because I have a wall and I pick and choose when I'm going to share certain information and all that. But it felt necessary. It felt right. It felt okay. It felt safe, right? And as much as I'm trying to be a safe place for him, I don't think he understands how much of a safe place or he's like unlocking for me. And that's one of my instances that I would like to share. And then like working with the kids and you teach them something and it doesn't seem like it's working and then you see it happen on the court like, oh my goodness, it's working. Makes you want to tear up. We teach them, values of being a good teammate and coming together and talking about stuff and figuring stuff out on their own, giving them autonomy. And you see them start to work it out together. And it just makes you want to cry. And a lot of times I'm like, guys, you're going to make me cry. And I don't cry. So then for me to cry in that one instance was a lot for Elmo, but was really good. Really good, man. It was really good, man. And I will say I'm proud of that moment. And I feel like the moment will be coming again pretty soon with these kids. It's something about the kids that just bring it out of you, girl. Bring it out of me. Um, I'm like, do I have any other stories? I don't know, just like the stories of like always being bottled up and not feeling safe enough to cry or to be vulnerable with anybody. There's a barrier that I built, that I was taught, that I've always had up, that I'm chipping away at day by day. And the kids and my mentees help me out. Like I told them, I'm like the mother duckling, and then I just got all my little ducks lining up. Like I got my 18-year-old duck, and then he bring his friend who's probably 16 or 17. That's another duck. Then I got my 10-year-old duck. Then I got my 12-year-old duck, and we're all trotting together and trying to figure this thing out. And I'm just trying to be somebody that they can count on. That they can count on. So now what? We're continuing to grow and we finna get turned up. So now they're gonna keep testing my gangster. They're gonna keep testing my gangster, keep opening me up. And am I ready for it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm ready for it. Because it still makes me feel weird. It does make me feel weird. You know what I'm saying? To let down some tears and then like go and then think about it like, did you just cry? And then even in the moment where I told the story where I cried, even in the moment when I was crying, there was like a moment where I tried to self regulate. I caught myself and I started to choke up and I was like, ah! And then I was like, bitch, And I was like, all right, just go with it, just go with it. And then I went with it. But I almost, because that's what I do, right? I trained myself to, bitch, you better lock in. And I was like, bitch, it's okay. And then it happened. So I think it's just like me continuing to tell myself, like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And it's going to take a while, but we are making steps, okay? We're making steps, and we are just trying to elevate. We're trying to elevate. So I have a question. Have you crowed? Do you cry a lot? How much do you self-regulate your emotions? Because I also see that a lot with the kids, and it's like when you're young, you're trying to figure out all these emotions and how to regulate them. Do you OD regulate them, or you like just can't regulate them? What else? Are you a mentor or mentee? Like, what have you taught somebody, and then where like you taught somebody something, and then there's like a moment that they show you they've been listening and learning. Like, what moment was that for you? And yeah, man, how y'all getting better? You in therapy? What you talk about in therapy? Give me the questions that I have. This is another episode of the Kyrie Rashid Show. I'm blessed that these kids keep testing my gangster. Okay? I'm blessed that y'all keep testing my gangster and keep coming back for more. Get at me.